So here, the question is, what are vertex angles and base angles in an isosceles triangle? Okay, so some new vocab here to pay attention to. Let's bring back our isosceles triangle. Remember, an isosceles triangle is when you have two sides congruent. So the length of this side is the same as this side here. Okay? Base angles are the two angles at the bottom of the two congruent sides. So here's a base angle. Let's indicate that. And here's another base angle. That leaves us with this angle up top. Okay, the one up above here, this is your vertex angle. So let's note that. Vertex angle. And there it is. The reason we're mentioning this is because there's something special about these two angles there. Okay, so let's say, what's special about your two base angles? What's special about the base angle? Okay, these two guys are the same. So base angles are congruent. So we'll say they are congruent. Again, congruent means they're equal. Okay. There it is. So let's look at some example here. Let's say here's a isosceles triangle, meaning that this side is the same as this side. Let's tell you that this angle here is 100 degrees. The question for you is, what would be the measure of the two base angles here? Remember that the sum of these three angles need to add up to be 180. So if you take away 100, we're left with 80 degrees. In other words, what number plus itself will give you 80? If you say 40, you are correct, because 40 plus 40 is 80, right? And then add another 100 is 180. So that would give us exactly 180 degrees. Okay, so let's look at another one here. Here's another isosceles triangle. Okay, let's tell you that, you know what, since this is isosceles, this side is the same as this side. So you have your vertex angle and then your two base angles, right? Just like that. Let's say this is 30 degrees. What would be the measure of your two base angles here? Please take a moment and see if you can figure this out. Remember that the sum of the three measures in a triangle need to add up to be 180. So if you take away 30 from 180, you get 150. What number plus itself will give you 150? If you say 75, you are correct. 75 plus 75 is 150, plus 30 gives us 180. And that is the sum of the measures in a triangle. It's 180.